Hello and welcome. I am Triple Helix, and today I'm going to be playing a little bit of Dark Souls, the PC edition. I'm going to get the mouse pointer off the screen because I'm sure all of you were yelling at me for that. But I've decided to purchase this because it was on sale on Steam, I believe, until Monday the 25th, the day before Bioshock Infinite comes out. And I decided to buy it because I love Dark Souls on the consoles, but I don't remember if I ever bought the DLC for them before I sold all of my console games. And then I have the PC, and I know that this is probably better on consoles, but I figured, I might as well play it on this. And I'm playing this with the Xbox 360 controller just because it's better, but I don't really think that makes any difference. Well, I think it's better for Dark Souls because it was even said in the beginning thing that this is highly recommended. So we'll just dive right into a new game and hopefully work everything out alright. Alright, all done. I'm sure this is all just normal stuff. Yeah, I'll leave it at that resolution because that way I don't... what's it called? I already changed all the resolution stuff because that way I could make sure that this video would actually run. Alright, so what should we name ourselves? Oh, it wants me to type it. Because I lack... Get out, caps lock. Because I lack originality, this is going to be me. Yes, we will take that. Enter. There we go. He will be a male. He will be a thief. No, I'm going to be a wanderer, because I personally like the wanderer a lot because they have some high dexterity, and I like that. His beginning thing isn't that bad. And we're going to take the master key because, let's be honest here, this is the best thing to take for anybody who's not a thief. And for this, I'm going to take this guy just because he's so creepy. Hair, he has to have some sort of hair, right? Yeah, I'll just take that hair. I don't really care. And it'll be black. Even though we're probably not going to see our face for most of the game. Why can I not? Oh, it wants me to choose the color of his hair, yes. Alright, now I can start the game. And it will start off with a lengthy cutscene. So I'll let you guys watch that. Any moment. There we go.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bullets peeled apart their stone skills. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath, the scales, betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
All right, well that's the end of probably the longest cutscene in the game. And if you're thinking that this is going to be a very cutscene heavy game, don't worry too much about that. It's very this is the most cutscenes you'll see in the entire game.
Indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Alright, now we can get into some actual gameplay here. Basically, I don't think I made this very clear when I started. This is going to be a Let's Play. I'm going to be playing through Dark Souls, and this is not a blind playthrough. This is I've already played through Dark Souls a number of times. Also, these messages on the ground, you can read them. These are all developers' notes. These are usually written by other players with the orange sign soapstone, which we'll come across later. I can't back them. I guess I'll just have to cut them down. And this gives me an opportunity to talk a little bit about combat, which this part of the game doesn't really accurately represent. But basically, we can do light attacks with RB and heavy attacks with RT. And right now we have a really bad sword, and normally enemies are trying to attack us. For those of you who, even though this is what, like, I don't know, it's been a few years since this game, I think they came out the same year as Skyrim, so probably 2011. This has been like 2 years now, or 1.5 years since this game came out. If you're still not sure about what Dark Souls is, it's probably regarded as one of the hardest games of the modern era. And this right here introduces a little interesting thing. The bonfires, which you can light them and then you can rest at. And they will replenish all of your health and Estus flasks when I get those soon. But at the cost of it respawns all of the enemies that you had previously killed. Except for bosses and certain mini-bosses. So, I think we just have to run over here if I remember rightly. Yep, because that guy's going to drop in, and we cannot fight him because we have no chance. My sword is, like, a really weak sword that doesn't do nearly enough damage to kill him, and if we continue on, we'll get a better vantage point to start attacking him. Also, bonfires act as checkpoints, so if you do get killed, that is where you will respawn, at the last bonfire that you rested at. Awesome, a shield. Let me remember if I can... That's not it. Oh, I've forgotten the controls. No, don't two-hand it. Oh, yeah, start. There we go. There is no pause menu in this game, so that's a nice thing. Alright. I think, yeah. Blocking is just LB. The shield is basically used as a means of blocking. And then here's where we get our first actual weapon. Scimitar. Where'd he go? I thought he was just in here a second ago. Is he up here? Yes, he is. Wrong button. Okay. That's going to take a little bit of getting used to, because I did play this on the PlayStation, not the Xbox. Alright, he's been cut down. And when we kill enemies, we get a little bit of souls, which are basically the game's currency, represented by the number in the bottom right-hand corner. Yes, bottom right-hand corner. That represents the number of souls we have, and we can use those to buy things or to level up. That's a boulder. Yeah, the only reason I knew that was there is because I've played Dark Souls before, and even then I sort of forgot about it. Another really interesting thing about this is that the shield that I have right now isn't actually 100% effective. Like, if I take a hit from an enemy, as in if they connect their hits to me, I still take a little bit of damage.
Oh, you're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I were both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Of course we'll hear him out.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. In thine exodus from the undead asylum, maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Thank you for those. And the key. The Estus flasks function as a means of restoring health, and you can recover them at a bonfire. Alright. You're welcome. I don't know what I did, but whatever. But the Estus flasks are a means of replenishing health, so not all of your health. Depending on how much you've... Depending on... Just basically, you drink them and it restores a certain portion of your health. So, they're not perfect. And here's where we get into multiple enemies and where we can start sort of using an interesting thing in Dark Souls, which is basically you don't want to go just running in there, because if you run in there, probably you'll end up getting killed pretty easily. But I feel fairly confident, you know, fighting two of them at once. Whoop. Oh, I pushed A to dodge, so that's not right. Worked out in the end anyway. I'm gonna see if I can go for a backstab here. Backstabs basically are a move that if you get behind them, they can do a ton of damage to mostly just human-like enemies. Oh, and there's this guy. I think I should fight him. Nice roll. It's always a better idea to roll out of the way of attacks, because when you block, it doesn't block all damage, and it also drains your stamina much more significantly if you take a block with a hard hit. Oops, that was bad. And your stamina is represented by the green bar, which I don't think I mentioned either. And when it completely drains, you can't do anything. And stamina is used when you run, when you block something, and when you basically do anything. And it replenishes much slower if you have your shield raised. I think this is going to be the boss. Yep. Now see, we're up here. He's down there. And here's, I forgot to read the message that was out there. It basically said you can do a plunging attack by falling. Oh, jeez, I forgot that he does that. Oh, that's a pain. Alright, well, that's already started off pretty badly. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, that was really bad. Alright, I kind of wanted to do an attack. Perfect. Now I can drink an Estus flask. And roll out of the way. I said roll out of the way. Let's lock onto him. Alright, that went pretty miserably to start, I'd say. Let's roll up there. I want to try and get behind him, because he can't really hit me when I'm... well... I was going to say he can't really hit me when I'm behind him, but apparently I was wrong. Let's get out of there. Now, this is the first boss fight in, like, the first couple of minutes in the game, and it's already pretty much... It's done holding your hand. Like, this boss is fairly difficult. Although, if we had done the plunging attack, instead of waiting for this guy to kill us like an idiot like I did, I could have drained about a third of his health. Which, sadly, I failed to do. Roll. I feel like locking on is kind of pointless, because it's... I remember that this one's not good to lock onto. Like, generally, larger monsters you don't want to lock onto. It's better for smaller enemies to keep an eye on them. Oh, that was close. Nearly got hit there. Cut him down. He's nearly dead. That stings a little bit. Roll quickly. Here we go. Cut him down, cut him down, cut him down. And this game is also, it doesn't really recommend button mashing, because if you just button mash, you're going to end up getting yourself killed. And I've taken him down. without using the thing up there that, you know, you're supposed to do, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. I think that's the way we came. Ah, and then there's humanity. Humanity is basically the stuff that's the little 2 zeros next to our health and stamina. When you use a humanity, it replenishes all of your health, and it puts one of them in the corner of up there, which you can use for a number of things. You can become human again, which means that you can invade other people, as in... I guess I'm trying to explain too much here. I'm just going to let this cutscene, which is going to play up here, you know, do its thing. And I'll explain this stuff as it becomes relevant.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
And this is pretty much going to be the last cutscene we're going to see for a long time in this game. This game really does not do many cutscenes, which it doesn't really seem like it considering how many cutscenes are in this, just like this little opening part here. He'll drop me off, he'll fly away, and now we can get into some actual gameplay. Yes, look around. Alright, here we are. We're in Lordran now. This is basically the main, the hub world of Dark Souls, where this is where we'll end up, pretty much. This is where most of the stuff branches off from. I think this is a humanity right here. I kind of want that. Yeah, 3 humanity. Not bad. I don't remember if it was that much. Oh, and here's like some of the multiplayer in action. The multiplayer is really nice in this game, where when people are close to bonfires, you can sort of see them, and you can see their sort of ghosts running through the world. So it kind of gives it a sense of community. Now, I'm going to go do something. Probably... you know what? I'm going to spend my... What's it called? My souls to level up, because I'm going to go get something to help me later on in the game. But I'm going to end up dying, inevitably, so I'm probably just going to level up strength right now. I want to get to... I don't remember what strength it was. I should probably get that weapon, too. Great sword that I used for pretty much the whole game, the Zweihander. Although I'm probably terribly butchering the pronunciation of that. So, gonna head down here and show people who may not know a cheeky little way to upgrade your Estus flasks early in the game. And you can upgrade your Estus flasks by finding Firekeeper souls, which you can get from either killing Firekeepers or finding them in the world. There are a few. I think there's 4 or 5. I can't remember how many. But I believe that there's only like 4 or 5 in the world. Although they can only be max level to 7, so it's not that much. Now this is an area that we normally wouldn't come to until later, New Londo. It sure seems easy with all these undead lying around, pretty much just walking flesh buckets, who we can cut down with just a few hits. But then, once we cross this bridge over here, things get a little bit trickier. And you'll see why when I get over there. I think that this guy has some... What's it? Transient curses. Those will be useful later. Not now, but definitely later. Alright, so I'm going to save up my stamina, because as soon as I get about to the midway point of this bridge, I want a book. And quickly make it turn over in this direction, because that's a ghost. And ghosts can hit me, but I cannot hit them. Wow, because they have a certain thing on them. And it goes right in here. Don't fall off the edge, because there's a little thing right there. Perfect, I got Firekeeper Soul. Bye! And that is an easy way to get Firekeeper Soul early in the game. I'm sure I didn't have to kill myself. I probably could have run back, but that takes time. And for 172 souls, I'm not really sure that's worth it. And now, with this newly acquired Firekeeper Soul, I can head down here to this lady right here, who cannot speak. This is the Firekeeper, and I can give her the soul, and my Estus flasks are now more effective. So they will heal more every time I drink one. And for the most part, this means that until I upgrade my health substantially, I probably will fill up pretty much all of my health when I drink an Estus flask. Until later on in the game. Okay, let's I want to go get the stuff over here. This is basically just going to be a quick collection video where I play through the first area, as I've already done, and I collect some stuff, because I don't want to fight the skeletons, and this is going to be a quick video of me doing that, because that way it's, you know, done and over with. So I'm just going to sprint here, because these skeletons are kind of strong. Kind of. I mean, I can kill them, but they're... pick it up. There we go. But they definitely have... It's definitely not easy to kill them, and it's not really worth the trouble, because they don't give that many souls. Also, there's these guys who I really can't kill, so I'm just going to run away from them. This game is very open, and it doesn't really give you a great idea of where to go. Ah, there's the weapon that I wanted. That was his winder. Run, 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 run. I don't really care about anything else here. I think there's binoculars, but I never use those in the game. Generate my stamina a little bit. Alright, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to sprint and hope that these guys don't follow me, so that way I can rest at the bonfire and reset them. Which is another use of bonfires that are pretty cool. And if enemies get too close to the bonfire... Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. When enemies are too close to the bonfire, it'll extinguish, and you have to kill all of them before it will relight. But when you reset them, all of the enemies who may or may not have been chasing you will go back to where they normally spawn. And perfect. Now I have the Zweihander, which I want to figure out how much strength that requires. Let's see. That's the scimitar. I want the Zweihander. 24 strength. Alright, so I'm going to get to 24 strength, and then from that point on, I'm pretty much just going to be leveling my endurance and health, because that's really all you need to level up from that point. And I just want the Zweihander because it's a nice weapon to have later in game, because it's very strong. And I'm just going to continue to collect the rest of this stuff in Firelink Shrine, and then I think I'll end the video. So that way the next time we can begin our journey into the actual game. So let me talk to this guy.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Then talk to him immediately one more time.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance. But I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
There are a number of NPCs we can talk to and interact with in the world, which most of them will have some useful information to give you, or they'll have an item that they'll give you, or they'll have something that they want you to do for them. Alright, now, that's this interesting thing. If you go down there, when there's no elevator, you can open these chests and find all the goodies in here. There's some homeward bones, which send you back to the bonfire you last rested at. Those are good at saving time. A talisman, which is used for casting miracles. A morning star, which is used for beating things' faces in. I think this is the good one. Yes, the cracked red eye orbs. Those can be used to invade other people's worlds, which means that you can invade them as a enemy spirit and hunt them down and kill them. And if you do kill them, you get a humanity. But you have to be human to do it, which costs one of your humanity. And I'm not sure... Also, there's these bloodstains, which are pretty cool, which I'll explain after I get to the bonfire. But I'm not sure how the PvP scene of Dark Souls changed with the PC version of this. I know it was basically the regular version with the DLC already. I don't know how it's changed that much. So, no idea about that. And I think that that pretty much clears this place up. I think. You know what? Because that was pretty boring, I think there's actually one more thing that I can get, that I want to get, before I end the video. There's that thing up there, and then that thing right there, which I really want. Yep, hit me. You've died. Perfect. Whoop, that's a thing that I want to touch. Oop, don't let him hit me. Ouch. One thing that I've learned from Dark Souls is that don't really be defensive, be aggressive, because enemies will just annihilate you. Also, never walk near edges when there's somebody throwing firebombs at you. Just move over there. Cut him down. Don't know what this guy's doing. And we cut him down, and I believe that's it. Yeah, I think that would be it. So I'm going to go grab this thing right here. Now, I would go to the next bonfire, but it's a little bit away, and I don't want this to be too long of a video, so I'm going to just finish collecting these items right in here. Because I know that the bonfire is not too far away, but it's a fair walk. It's a fair 10-15 minutes, and just enough time for this in this video. What did you drop? What have you dropped for me? Short sword. I think that's pretty much worse than my sword in every way. So, just these couple of items over here. Alright. Moment of truth. Let's do it. Oh, I missed. No, I missed. I got it. I thought I missed there. The lag there confused me. I thought I completely missed. Thankfully, I did not. I can continue living. And this should be a ring of sacrifice, which means that we can die and not lose anything. Which is weird, because normally when you die, you drop all of your humanity. Or, yes, all of your active... Oh, no! I almost walked off the edge there. Stop it, lag. Just a few more seconds. But you drop all of your active humanity, as in all of the humanity that's represented in the top left corner, and you also lose all of your souls. But if you get back to, and you go back to the last bonfire, if you get back to where you died, though, you can find all of your humanity and souls. Although if you had if you had spent a soul on becoming human, you will then lose said soul, or then you'll go back to being undead, which means that you cannot be invaded, you cannot summon anybody, and you cannot invade others. But, you know, we'll get to that when it matters. For now, that's going to be the end of this episode of Dark Souls. If you like the series, you know, show your support, like and subscribe, all that nonsense. More of this will be coming soon, just adding another series, all that. This game's available on Steam, on sale. I'm going to try and upload this video probably on Saturday, so it's going to be on sale until Monday. And, you know, I highly recommend it. I love Dark Souls. Although, if you do not have an Xbox controller, I say do not get this, because it will destroy you, and it will make you want to cry, because you need, like, your fingers on a lot of buttons at once in order to, you know, actually successfully succeed at successfulness and stuff. But that's it for now. Again, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And until next time, this is Triple Helix, signing off.